just caresses. And it's 19-10.
And when Flatley lands another, the Wallabies lead 22-10 midway through the half. Nothing is going right for the All Blacks.
And then he was floored once he kicked the ball.
Well, Matt Rogers, he was in trouble.
Take your time.
Saw the player's left foot kick down the sideline. Reuben Thorne tried to pull out.
That's a great Hollywood by Matt Rogers.
It sums up the New Zealanders' night. Forgettable.
Yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking, you know. Can't really fault the preparation. We thought we worked well during the week, but they got away to a great start and just defended. We just couldn't get back. And they showed a lot of character tonight. They've been bagged a lot, but they came out fighting and showed what a good side they really are.
Yeah, it was a massive effort by everyone. It needed to be a massive effort from everyone in the 22. I think everyone in the 22 pretty much was used tonight, and we had to do that because you're playing what's been the world's best team this year. So it was a great effort, but it's given us an opportunity to play for the ultimate prize, and that's next week, so I can't get too carried away.
One of Australian rugby's most memorable victories. The Wallabies now await the winner of the other semi-final. England and France, their rivalry is every bit as intense as Australia-New Zealand. The French have been flowing smoothly throughout the tournament. The English have been inconsistent. Is this their last crusade, or are they only just beginning?
Look at those tight five. Johnson, Vickery, Thompson, Woodman and Ben Kay as well. But the player that they'll need tonight to perform is Richard Hill, number 6 for England. And also number 12, Mike Catt. He's the player who will have to take responsibility with Johnny Wilkinson tonight, and they will share responsibilities at number 10 tonight for England.
From 1 to 10, it is an outstanding French combination. And then they've got the people at the back, Josion in the number 12 jersey, a hat-trick against Fiji. They can score at will and will do so if provided sufficient good ball.
Galtier and Johnson. Johnson for England. The French aiming for their 3rd World Cup final, England their 2nd. Galtier saying that French rugby is a bit like the weather. It can be sunny, and it can also be very cloudy.
From the opening minutes, emotions boil.
Battle going on the 2, coming at it, Johnson pointing to his eyes, Dominici saying, I wouldn't get up there with the step ladder.
Dominici having a smile and a laugh. There's not too many players that can do that to Martin Johnson.
Front row of France is compelling, and they know it. Here it starts. One weakness has been the willingness of the English front row to go on with it in the scrum.
Heavy rain and strong winds challenge both teams. Under these atrocious conditions, England turn to a familiar boot.
Kneel back. Wilkinson now on his right foot. He has done it, and first points for England.
The French answer with interest a minute later.
Betson held it brilliantly. Serge Betson! Did he get it down? He's holding on tight to his chest. And did he get the downward pressure? Serge Betson, the Biarritz bombshell, gets the first 5-pointer of the 2nd semi-final.
Frederic Michalak converts. The 21-year-old is under as much pressure as Johnny Wilkinson.
He slops them from everywhere, this guy.
When Lawrence Dallaglio is penalised for accidental obstruction, Michalak steps up again.
Michalak with a sublime first attempt at goal. What can he do here? It'll be double figures if successful. And he's missed one of his easier kicks in the tournament.
He has another chance 4 minutes later.
And Michalak now, a better strike, but he's pushed it out to the right.
In general play, he's also having problems.
Michalak. Guiding it across the pitch, here comes Rougerie. Out on the full to Robertson.
But the French worries are only just
It
beginning.
was a bit of a trip there.
And you can't drag a lazy leg.
Well, I take it back. Was not accidental. Clive Woodward.
Clive saying send him off.
Be true, then bang. No.
Wilkinson misses the penalty goal attempt.
Can he produce some manna from heaven here? Distance is not there.
After the French are penalised for offside, England's fly half makes no mistake. And then
Wilkinson, another right foot drop kick. He's second in the match. And it's England in the lead.
approaching half-time, Serge Betsen kicks the head of Matt Dawson. He will later be suspended for 6 weeks. By the break, England lead 12-7 after another Wilkinson penalty. The weather wrecks any chance of an attractive game after more misses.
Distance is problem here, and there's 5 points deficit. This puts you right back in contact, in the face of your opponents. He had the distance, but Michalak misses with his third shot.
Another yellow card to France. Betsen off for a late tackle on Wilkinson.
Could that be the turning point in this game?
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Got the kick away, then taken out. Pelican, not my problem.
The English grind their opponents down. Johnny is the star.
Now the breakout, he's isolated back.
Galtier was the tackler. Wilkinson sizing up another drop goal. That's a hat-trick!
There was pressure coming from Michalak, and then he goes off his natural left foot and is straight through the middle.
Wilkinson, all 24.
There's another cause for English celebrations. Replacement prop Jason Leonard comes on for his 112th game. He becomes the most capped player in history.
Martin Johnson knocked ahead there by England. That is the end of the road for France.
24-7 at full time. A disappointing finish to the career of French captain Fabien Galtier. But for the clinical English, a reason to celebrate. Wilkinson with all his team's points.
Well, we had to have a performance, didn't we? We haven't played really, and yeah, we weren't happy to see the rain before the game. So neither team, I mean, both teams tried to play, but it was difficult. And I mean, you know, you saw yesterday, it's about pressure, and Australia put New Zealand under a lot of pressure and got the win, and we did the same today. So yeah, we only conceded one score, and yeah, we were lucky he missed his kicks, but that's part of the game, and we pressured him. He was quite a young guy, and you know, I thought our defence and you know, we didn't give away many penalties apart from myself in the first half. So it was just a great display, and we needed the passion, and you know, forwards questioned ourselves before the game, and I think we came through.
Yeah, we're pretty disappointed with effort tonight. I think not the fact that we lost, but just the way that we played. I think we made a lot of mistakes today and couldn't string any phases together. Couldn't put pressure on England, and to their credit, you know, they put pressure on us, scored points when they had to, and I guess that was the difference. The score was 24-7 at full time. You know, there's not much I can say. You know, they deserve their win, and you know, in these sort of conditions, it's quite a hiding.
It's about winning. I keep trying to say to everyone, this is about winning. We've won again. We're now in the World Cup final, and I'm confident this team can beat anyone, anywhere, anytime, any conditions. So we'll know next week. It's going to be a good week.
New Zealand had the advantage here. This is Christian, and the big fellow thunders over for the first 5-pointer. Spencer wants it. Just keeping the defence guessing. Muliaina, fullback to beat. It's Elorga, in fact, and an easy one now for Howlett. Elorga, the danger man, that is brilliant, formidable, and it's France hitting back. Rokotoko has to surely, And Joe Orokotoko gets his 6th Rugby World Cup try. It's his 17th try in just 11 test matches, a phenomenal scoring rate. Spencer, 3-on-2, Major, has to be Muliaina! Try number 5 for New Zealand. So New Zealand takes 3rd spot, downing the French by 40-13.
Yeah, I guess we've got to be happy with the way the guys picked themselves up. You know, last week was heartbreaking, but the guys picked themselves up and you know, come here to win.
We had a very young team tonight. We wanted to make a best game, but the All Blacks were definitely too good and too fast for us tonight. So congratulations to them, and I hope we will be best in the World Cup 2007, which will be in France.
So, after 47 games, just one remains: Australia versus England. The Wallabies' path to the final began with a hard-fought win over Argentina. Their closest game, a 1-point victory against Ireland. The highlight, the magnificent triumph over New Zealand. Unbeaten in World Cup games since the 1995 quarterfinals, they're aiming to become the first team to successfully defend their title. After beginning their campaign with an easy win over Georgia, England faced some grueling games along the way, but no team has yet come within 10 points of them. They're striving to be world champions for the first time, a feat still to be achieved by any Northern Hemisphere nation. No nation has been under more pressure throughout this tournament than England. Since 1966, when their soccer team won the World Cup, the fans have been waiting and waiting for another reason to celebrate. They have the edge after winning their last 4 encounters with Australia, but the Wallabies showed against the All Blacks they are big game players. However, they won't be helped by wet conditions.
The 2 best teams in world rugby, these players facing the biggest opportunity of their lives. The mental rehearsals are now over. It's all down to one shot at glory and what has been the greatest event in the Code's history. Coach Eddie Jones has backed his winning semi-final lineup. The only change, number 3 Al Baxter replacing injured Ben Darwin. Australia's back row of War, Smith and Lyons concedes 14 years of test experience to their opponents. The fittest and best prepared England team ever. The front row averages 114 kilos or 18 stone. The back 5 forwards have an average age of 31, and in the backs Dawson and Wilkinson were both in the England side that lost 76-0 to the Aussies at Suncorp back in 1998. And a nice touch from Andre Watson as he said, guys, enjoy the game.
The first critical error. Trevor Woodman penalised for a swinging arm. The penalty gives the Wallabies good field position for an early assault.
Australia still have it. Mortlock's out wide. Here comes Takiri. He's only got to take it. Lottie! First try Australia!
Unbelievable try by Lottie Takiri to start the match. Takiri just too big and strong over Robinson.
Difficult shot to give Australia a 7-point lead. Elton Flatley. It stayed in front of the posts. Australia 5-0.
Then poor discipline costs the Australians.
Lyons losing his footing.
You're okay.
Didn't stay on his feet.
When you get it, then you went round the wrong way. You can't have a bad
And Wilkinson strikes.
Distance is never a problem. The touch judges are happy. 2 points the difference at Telstra Stadium.
A double blow when Stephen Larkham is penalised for holding off the ball. He goes to the blood bin, while England go to Johnny.
Looks good. England have their nose in front.
England are taking control. The Wallabies thankful for Lottie Takiri's coolness.
Welcome to the World Cup final turnover.
Off they go. Lucy and Takiri. Lucy tripped over Takiri's ankle. Oh, that's so clever. Lottie Takiri. Champagne rugby from the number 11.
But it seems only a matter of time before the favourites cross.
Knock on. Advantage here for Richard Hill. Giddo couldn't pick it up. England 7 metres out. The try's on. 2 on 1. And Kane knocks it on.
After the worst sight England can have, Wilkinson injured, the most talked about player in the tournament recovers to put his side further ahead.
14 metres in from touch. Three in a row for the boy wonder. England 9, Australia 5.
If that isn't enough to give George Gregan headaches, this is. Then following a long-range miss from Flatley, the Australian captain feels the might of England's defence.
And George must have felt he was on the Ferris wheel.
Mike Tyndall lifted up George Gregan.
Pre-match criticism this English team can't run the ball is torn apart in the half's final minutes.
Here's Delalio, the big man with a lovely pass to Wilkinson and Robinson. They won't catch him. Jason Robinson.
Fantastic work by Delalio and vision. And then Johnny Wilkinson looked outside for his speed man in Robinson, but he could have actually thrown it on the inside because he had 2 more, and look at the you beauty.
14-5 at the break, a significant lead. In a grafting second half where the English forwards dominate, they also incur the penalties.
Big clean out from Sailor. Penalty to the Wallabies.
There we see Lawrence Delalio, number 8, not staying behind the last feet when the ruck had formed. He's going, yep, probably fair call, sir.
The 2 touch judges just acknowledge to confirm the accuracy, and it's 6 points the difference.
Spare a thought for long-time sparring partners Eddie Jones and Clive Woodward, riding every second.
Wilkinson again, and Vickery.
This is energy-sapping stuff against Australia.
Drop goals on here for Wilkinson! How is it? Just wide.
It's 14-11 with 2 minutes remaining.
What is the play?
It's a penalty. Flatley can level the scores and force the game into extra time. The fate of England and Australia hanging on this kick.
Elton Flatley's wife, Carly, is here in the stand. She'll be on the edge of her seat, as would 20 million Australians.
He kicked the first penalty goal of Rugby World Cup 2003, but this is the most important of all. It's extra time, 14-all, only seconds remaining on the clock. Elton Flatley, heroic kick under intense pressure.
Andre Watson calling for extra time. The players aren't quite sure what to do, whether they stay on the field or they go in the dressing shed.
To extra time and 10-minute halves, Wilkinson has an early penalty goal chance.
So we play out the next 20 minutes of extra time. If it's still level, then it becomes sudden death. Wilkinson has got the distance. Unbelievable! 17-14. Johnny Wilkinson, all of 50 metres, 4 from 5 for him.
17-14. The injection of Mike Catt gives England added thrust and more chances for Wilkinson.
Left foot shot from Johnny Wilkinson. And Phil Waugh was up there quickly.
At the turnaround, nervous smiles are the entree to more anxious seconds.
Here comes Dunning. Flicked it back. Bit of soccer skill there from Matt Dunning. Now Australia and Larkham. Out wide to Mortlock. Rogers here. And to Keary. He got the first try. Robertson stayed with him. And Wilkinson back in possession.
Takiri taking on Robertson, but Ben Cohen comes across and helps out.
Again, England defends. Almost unbelievably, it's captain Martin Johnson.
And Australia now with a penalty attempt. In discipline on 2 counts by England. The 4-year-old Josh Flatley watching in the stand as Dad lines it up to level the scores, if successful. Straight as a die. 17-all.
It's gripping, it's unreal, it's anyone's game. Holding a World Cup record crowd of nearly 83,000, the stadium becomes a theatre of dreams. Seconds remain among so many heroes who deserves to stand alone.
This is England's chance. Back is there. Australia come through. Martin Johnson and England staying composed here. Wilson still in place for the drop goal. Australia come back. Here it is for Johnny. Has he done it? He sure has. Heartbreaker for the Wallabies. Seconds remaining. And that surely is the stairway to rugby heaven for England.
Sensational. Johnny Wilkinson off his right foot, his unfavoured right foot, 3 points. Woodward thinks he's got it. Look at Wilkinson, his composure. He knew it as he hit it.
Woodman takes it. Time almost up, seconds remaining. The player of the tournament, Johnny Wilkinson, has snatched it away from the Wallabies. Is this it? And England has joined Sir Alf Ramsey's Immortals of 1966. A dramatic, heart-stopping victory for England in extra time.
2017, one of the greatest contests in rugby history.
Thanks, you know, it was a huge effort from the entire squad of players, our backroom staff, our coaching, everyone, our physios. Thanks to the fans, they've been brilliant. You know, I can't say enough about the team. You know, we had a lead and we lost it, and to come back in extra time and to hold out and Wilco at the end, you know, brilliant. I can't say enough about it.
It was a massive final, wasn't it? We went into extra time. 2 world-class teams going into hammer and tong. You know, congratulations must be extended to the English team. They delivered under pressure and they delivered when it counted. But I'm so proud of my guys. Like, we gutsed it out, we fought back, we were down 14-5. We brought it back to extra time. To all the support here, both English fans and Australian fans. For us as players, it's a whole lot of our career, and thank you for making it such a wonderful night.
It's just been fantastic. I just want to say a massive thanks to every single fan in this stadium. Just the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Just a huge thanks to the millions watching at home on TV. I'm speechless. It's just fantastic, unbelievable.
What were your emotions as the match unfolded and the way it unfolded?
Well, my emotions, I was going nuts, to be fair, because we just kept getting ourselves into trouble. And I kept saying we'd be just making error after error. And we've won. Who cares what I thought? We won. We've won the World Cup. Fantastic.
So the Webb Ellis Cup goes to the Northern Hemisphere for the first time. The names Wilkinson, Woodward, Johnson and company are etched into English and World Rugby folklore. This has been the best World Cup ever. Now the countdown begins for 2007 in France.